Fire away.
Mike, David Moore, Dallas Morning News. Is when you look at all the injuries your side of the ball has fought through, is this as much improvement as a defense you've had has made over the course of a season? Understanding there's still 2 games left.
I don't know. We've had to juggle a lot of guys, and they've, lately they've been playing really well. So, I mean, I've been in the NFL for 29 or 30 years or something, so have to take me a while to think back through all them.
Clarence Hill, All City, Dallas. What's been the key to the defense improvement? Just them understanding the scheme better? Because there's been a dramatic improvement since the start of the season. And even though you've had different guys still in and out and still missing guys.
I think part of it is I think we're playing better up front than we did at the beginning of the year. I think, we're able to do more things schematically than when we started out, just because, getting guys comfortable and not making mistakes and things like that. I mean, we still make some mistakes and, but I think overall all the positions have really improved. It's each week it's difficult when you're, like last week we're juggling linebackers, and really not knowing until game time that, who's playing, who's not playing. We juggle a lot of corners, obviously the defensive line. So just part of it. But I think the young guys have done a good job of preparing, and I think that's always a big key, and coaches have done a good job preparing them.
Mike Todd, with ESPN, we've always talked about the players getting used to you and what you want. How much is it you understanding the players more to put them in different spots and maybe keep them out of bad spots?
Yeah, I think that's true too. Trying to figure out what they do good, and a lot of times you don't find that out until the bullets are flying. But yeah, I mean, we think about and consciously, obviously more throughout the course of the season, we thought about what can this guy do good, what doesn't he do well, and so just trying to piece it all together that way.
And then with Philadelphia's offense, whether they have Hurts or don't have Hurts because of the concussion, how do you prep for that?
Well, I think we prepare for Hurts, and then we make adjustments if he doesn't go. We'll make sure we prepare for the others as well. But you never know who you're going to get. So.
John Schroeder with The Athletic. The 2 big takeaways you had there in the fourth quarter, is that just individual players making great plays? Did coaching take any credit for that? What stood out about those?
No, I think those are two great players, 2 great plays by individuals. The play by Jordan was unbelievable, and then really the last play of the game. A lot of things, not the last play of the game, but on the last turnover, we pressured him, and the quarterback got a little antsy. He flipped it out there underneath, I think, backhanded almost, and then he had it out in one hand. So Coach McCarthy does a good job with doing a lot of the ball takeaway fundamentals and things like that. And they do a nice presentation every single week on getting the ball out and punching the ball and things like that.
You think it's more difficult, or because of all of that, does it make it easier nowadays for players to take the ball away because of all the footage and things like that, things that you guys can work on, or do you think it's as difficult as it's always been?
Well, it's always difficult, but we've been on a good run so far, so we're just trying to keep going there. But yeah, and they came in 2 pretty good spots last night. I guess last night, right? I can't remember if it was last night or 2 nights ago. Or...
Sadis of The Athletic. Mike, just going off that question, we've talked in the past to you about cornerbacks and physicality and things like that. When you look at Duran's play in particular, to go and not just make the tackle, but to attack the ball and take it away, how impressive is that from the cornerback position?
Yeah, really, really impressive from any position, really. But he works real hard in practice. He tries to do things right all the time. So you appreciate when they do things like when they try to do things right all the time, and then they are able to make plays. That really makes it special, and really for everybody else too.
And then we talked about physicality. Donovan Wilson, Maris Leofau, a couple of big hits without getting penalized. How crucial is that to be able to be technically sound while also delivering those hits?
Yeah, well, I think, we're always going to try and be physical, and, this is a big man's game. So the more physical we can be and the more punishment that we can inflict on the other team, I think that's good. Both those two guys are enforcers. You talk about that in hockey and stuff like that. These guys are enforcers, and it's nice to have them out there.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. In your time as a coach, can you ever remember a time when you've had to juggle so many different spots on your defense?
Yeah, I think the COVID years, my last couple of years in Minnesota, we had a lot of different things going on. We get to a game and test positive the day of the game and stuff like that. So, that was probably off the top of my head, those are the kind of years I remember. We had a bunch of injuries and things like that.
Look at two positions that you've had stability. Has been the interior defensive line with Mozzie and your two safeties. Just your thoughts about how important it is to have those two positions?
Yeah, well, I think Mozzie's really improved an awful lot throughout the course of the year. I know he's got a lot more confidence than he did coming into the season. And Osa's really playing well. It helps to have guys go in there and help them like Linville and Carlos. As far as the safeties, those guys, they do a lot of the communication on the back end, and so, having two guys that have been out there and you can go over and talk to them on the sideline about what you see and what adjustments we need to make, I think that's really important.
Joe Hoyt, All City Dallas. Nick Vigil's been on the injury report often this year, and has been able to get to game day and didn't practice twice. But long story short, how have you been able to kind of get him ready while he's been limited in practice? And then how nice is it to have that kind of reliability for a guy when you on game day you find out you can't get Eric Hendricks to go?
Yeah, he's Nick's been with me before. He was in Cincinnati with Paul. He was with me in Minnesota, so he knows a lot of the intricacies of what's going on. Plus, he's very smart, and he pays attention. He studies. He does all the things. It just hasn't been practicing a lot because we're trying to get him to the game. But it was nice to have him in there with Marist. Marist, I thought, did for a rookie, the things that we've asked him to do this year, he's been unbelievable. And but it was nice to have another veteran next to him just in case, we need to get a different call out or something like that. I know there's a couple times that at least one time the headset went out, and I can't remember if Marist got the call or Vigil did or whatever. But it's nice having those guys that kind of know and can help set the defense, and especially with a lot of the different pressures that we do. So I thought it's been good.
Mike, Josh Tolentino, Lone Star Live. Since Micah's returned to the lineup, your sacks and pressure numbers are near the top in the league. Is there a way for you to personally quantify his impact on not just the game, but I guess specifically the guys around him?
Well, yeah, there's a couple ways really. I mean, typically we know that the protection is going to Micah, so it's going to have a chance to free up some other guys. On the other hand, sometimes we have pressures dictated on the team's offense or the formations and things like that, and it doesn't always come out the right way because they're doing something different than they've done in the previous weeks. But his presence allows a lot of other guys, and really we can take advantage of that too, which we've tried to do. I don't know about quantitatively, but it's really good to have him out there.
Garrett Podell, CBS Sports. Mike, last time you played the Eagles, Saquon Barkley had one of his least productive games of the season. What was the key to sort of slowing him down last time, and what can you do to kind of replicate that performance?
Yeah, well, obviously we have to be good against the run with a team like this. They're so good running the football, and their offensive line is huge, and they've got they've got good schemes, and then the quarterback runs off of it. Really, we just worked real hard last time and getting all the intricacies of what we needed to do to get to that spot. So hopefully you didn't jinx us there.
Dave.
Babe Loftberg, 105.3 The Fan. Mike, I know it's always a combination of things, but your 3rd and 7+, you guys are the best in the NFL. I think it was at 12%. I'm not sure exactly
I don't
what it
know
is.
that, but-
Yeah, but I know you're
We're pretty
number
good
one.
on regular third down, right?
Yeah, but 3rd and long, exceptional. So is there any one thing you point to or anything that you put emphasis on it or?
Not more than any other third down, really. I mean, you know, I think, you know, our pressure's increased quite a bit over the course of the time because I feel like that's something that we do pretty well. And so if we can get teams in those situations, you know, we can give them different looks. We can bring pressure. We can show the look and not bring pressure. But you know, Paul Gunther does a good job of breaking down all the protections. Yeah, I mean, defensively, you should be good on 3rd and 7+. I would think. You know, 3rd and 1, that's tough. You know, 3rd and 2 to 3, that's tough. So, the more that you can be good on all of them is good.
Ed. Mike, Ed Werder, WFA. You were out of the game. You've come back despite all of the challenges and not making the playoffs in this sort of unique season. Have you enjoyed it? And is it something you
Oh
want
yeah,
to
it's been a blast. It's been a blast. It's been great. Yeah, I love the beginning of the year, and yeah.
So you regret anything?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I've had fun. I've had fun. Yeah, and you know, things change in a couple years too. You know, there's a lot of different stuff going on. We've had to kind of blend some of the defenses, and you know that took a while. You know, so, but it's been hard. I'm not going to lie about that. It's hard. It's been hard.
But you like it enough that you want to keep doing it.
Yeah, well, we'll see it. Let's wait till the end of the year and see where we're at.
Mike, you talked about the respect you have for Mike McCarthy and going against him all those years in Green Bay. Now that you've been with him for a season, what's impressed you the most about how he goes about his job?
Well, I can say this. There's a lot of things that I probably, if I was a head coach again, I would do differently, you know, based on what he's done here. I think, you know, I think a lot of the presentations that he has with the team were outstanding. I think, you know, and he treats the players well. He takes good care of them. You know, I think he's got a good feeling about the family type of program that he wants to run. You know, he's very, very organized as far as, you know, he's got the schedule made out in from August to the end of the year. So, you know, I think all those things are really good with what he does. But you know, I think you know, and the other thing is he you know, I've been around him now for some bad things too, and you know, he doesn't get real high, doesn't get real low. He kind of keeps the same you know, pace of everything. So, you know, I think that leads to being successful.
Time for 2 more. Clarence.
You didn't say it right again.
I looked it up.
Time for 2 more.
Time for 2 more.
There you go. For
Bob Hagan.
Bob Hagan, that's
Bob
right.
Hagan.
Yeah, I used to get that all the time. And then we'd be doing these press conferences, and I'd say, when are you going to call it? When are you going to say it? So we can get it over with. Sorry. Go ahead.
Follow that one up.
I know early in the season when you guys were going through your struggles, you said we're going to get this fixed. And I don't know if it's fixed and you feel it's fixed, but how much pride do you take in the improvement you guys, even though you still have guys out, and you still, you know, got injury issues, but the dramatic improvement you made on defense, how much personal pride do you take in that?
I think it's the players, really. Honestly, I think the players have done a good job of trying to execute what we put out there. I guess, you know, I feel like I've called games better throughout the course of the year, but like last night at the beginning of the game, I was all messed up, and I had to kick myself in the rear end to get it back under control. But I don't know. I mean, it's the job we do. You know, it's go do it. But I'm appreciative of the players doing what they've tried to do to get things better and make things work.
Mike, to give a rookie the green dot, how did you feel Maris did, and was there any hesitation to that, and what was your overall evaluation?
Played well. And no, there wasn't any hesitation. He's been doing it for a while now. And, with Kendricks basically not going the last 2 weeks, he's actually been practicing at the Mike linebacker spot. And then, finds out that, on day of the game that he's going to play the dime or the other linebacker spot. That's why I say the things that he's done as a rookie has been really impressive. Good communicator, loves to play football, physical, very rarely makes a mistake. When he does, you can tell him and he can correct it. I just love the kid. He's going to be a really good football player. I don't know, how good, but he's going to be a good football player. People around the league are going to say, man, we better block this guy. Okay, thank you.